So it's August. Hachigats Konbawa, by the way. Hello, good evening. It's August. Got the little calendar. Scratch off Monday, Sunday, Monday. Today's the 23rd. So this Friday, one more, 3 more days of work, and then Friday I'm hitting court day at family court. And if the ex-spouse, you're welcome to attend. I don't know how much you're obliged to attend because Japanese law is different. You can kidnap children in Japan and not show up to court. In America, that's quite opposite. That would be called what do they call that? Uh, Contempt of court. So, but anyway, we're in Japan, and it's not a contempt of court. But I'm pretty certain that your attorney is going to appear on Friday, which is the 27th of August. And I don't know what to expect, but today was a really interesting evening. I got home from work. Behind my apartment, I have a very large temple, and I think I'm assuming it's a Buddhist temple, and they had a festival called I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, but they just had a holiday in Japan called Obon, and at the end of Obon, um, which is respects to returning your ancestors back to your home. And many families get together and they have festivals at this time in August. So today was a kind of a grand finale, closure to Obon holiday, and it was delightful. There was lots of my fellow neighborhood uh, resident residential neighborhood, and lots of people lighting fireworks, and it was really sweet. Everyone was really nice to me. I try to dress up. I try to dress like a ghost. It's kind of it's almost like Halloween in Japan. It's similar to a Halloween party. That was sweet, and I'm looking forward to the next celebration. That's January 1st, New Year's Eve, my daughter's birthday. So, anyhow, getting back to the point of I count down to 23 days. Today is the 23rd of August, and expiration is 15th, which is a Wednesday. That's the center of September. And if you count down the days, that's 23 days away. And my visa expires. I had a 1 year extension after divorce, which changed my status from married status in Japan to a Japanese spouse. And that was called Hayagusha. And then this new status that I have now is called a long term or Teijusha. And the immigration only gave me a 1 year extension, and that was a year ago. So it is expiring September 15th. Um, I was recommended and referred from my family attorney, Miss Yumi, and Yumi gave me a recommendation for a scrivener, and the scrivener has different abilities, such as immigration as well. So I signed the invoice and I reviewed. Uh, she sent me the copy of the immigration application for extension, and I had to translate it because I can't read kanji, but I was able to translate it, and it says that my sole purpose in Japan is to commit myself. I'm committed, dedicated to my job, and dedicated to paying child support to support my children. And below that it says 3 years, 3 year extension. So I'm waiting now, although it's 23 days away. Today I haven't had any update. I was hoping to have some kind of update email or some kind of information regarding that immigration status. But anyway, I just got to be patient, like I have to be. I've been waiting, and I'm looking forward to broadcasting in an exciting sigh of relief when I have attained a 3 year visa. After that 3 year visa extension, during that expiration time, I can perhaps turn that into a permanent resident. And I successfully, how do you say, um, enrolled. I enrolled into Japanese language school. So I'm going to go back to studying Nihongo because I've been very busy, and everything's been shut down because of COVID-19. So it's been very difficult to study on my own. And I've been doing a lot of time talking with friends that don't speak Japanese, and that's not helping me speak Japanese. So I have to go back to school, get myself tuned in, and get my act together with living in Japan. So I took a test and I passed level A, like no problem. Like I'm good at level A, which is the beginning level of Japanese language. So they just graduated me to level B, and I just got to build up my sentence grammar. I have a lot of vocabulary, but I just don't have the ability to hold a conversation, and it's really confusing, especially at work. People get really frustrated because I've been here almost 10 years and I can't communicate. Very broken. A freaking, I'm like illiterate, uneducated, illiterate Caucasian man in Japan. So, anyhow, uh, I think it's probably a good idea to broadcast for the next coming days after day uh, during the countdown of the expiration. And that way, anyone that's out there that's curious about what's going on, I'm more than happy to inform you of my living experience in this country of Japan in the face of single parent law, which has 3 million children that are kidnapped, abducted, trafficked in Japan since 1991. And that is a reality in Japan. And now I'm facing that reality, and um, I have a different perspective on it. I see a lot of people that are, uh, I don't know how to say that. They have a certain attitude against it, and which I can understand, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate with. And if you lost your children, how would you feel? And so I'm just kind of like, well, you know, maybe Japanese are not just entirely cheaters. Maybe they're not just entirely unmoral and unethical. Maybe they're not just completely demoniac or 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 draconian. I would imagine that Japanese people have a very resolute. They have a purpose for things, and they have an objective or a protocol. So I would imagine that my visitation rights with my children, which I'm gradually accumulating pieces of information regarding my visitation behind a magic mirror. I will see my children, but they won't be able to see me. I'll be behind the glass, the mystery, and they won't have any idea I'm even there. So I'm going to have to deal with that kind of emotion, and I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to present myself with diplomacy in the face of that kind of emotion. But I'm going to do my best, and I'm thankful. And even I have to pay 30% to the retired judges of the family court, and even it's corrupt or even it seems wrong. Um, I'm thinking that if I mind my p's and q's, and I am appreciative and humble, tolerant, um, they will gradually uh, upgrade that child visitation to actual interaction in time. I'm I'm certain of that. Like I can't imagine my son and daughter when they're 18 years old hiding behind a glass. I don't see that happening. So maybe for now, they're just little tiny toddlers and they're just wobbling around doing their thing, and they're still in their imagination. So I would imagine that right now is not the time to I guess be face to face. Um, but mind you, if you're watching, I am persevering and I am 100% dedicated to my children's rights and my rights, and I'm gung ho, going for it. And my love and respect towards Japan as human beings, no different than West, East, West. So what? North, South. We're all human. We all live on the same planet together. And I just got to develop the language skill to be able to communicate. That's my problem. And yeah, and my work is pretty stressful. I work really hard as a welder. And what I do at work is very demanding and extreme. And not many Westerners can even understand. Unless you're a welder from the West, a journeyman level uh, structural engineer, you may understand the kind of stress that would be like. It would be like working abroad. Um, Working in Japan is much different than I would say in America. Working in America was nowhere near the level of the pressure or the. But I did work for NASA. I worked for SpaceX. I built rockets. I know that stress, and that's a different kind of stress. But the stress of Japan is it's hard work, and so sometimes I'm a little rough. I'm not all smooth and I'm not all silky, and I get a little rough. I get irritable. I get tired. After a long day of strenuous sweat, and it's very humid in Japan, and it, and it's been raining a lot, so it's not so easy. But anyway, I've been doing it. I've been doing it for about 7 years, I think, in Japan as a welder, and I'm performing and doing the best I can, and I will continue that. Um, I am fully dedicated, uh, with or without a partner. That is not essential. My happiness is not dependent on someone else. My happiness is internal. And I know I realize my faults and my weaknesses of heart. And I know that I'm not qualified, but I am not taking the opportunity and the greatest goal for my happiness. I'm making my sacrifice and commitment to my children in Japan. And that is 100% my moral and ethical reason of my love and affection. And that is it. Um, as, as much as other people may say, oh, it's a burden, other people say, don't. Why? Just grab the next plane and go. Other people give me negative advice. They say, oh, you're never going to see your children again. But that's just not who I am. That doesn't define my personality. I guess I'm family oriented. As much as I'm not a perfect balance between both, like work and home, I get stressed out from work, and I think also the language barrier also makes it very difficult for me. So I know my objective. I have to speak Japanese, Nihongo Benkyo, and that's imperative, and I have to in order to keep my life stable in Japan, and I need to adapt further with language, and that's my main priority. And I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still kind of nervous. I'm on standby, and I'm waiting for updates. But I'm looking forward to showing you all my foreign registration card or my foreign resident card. When I get that, that'll be a huge sigh of relief, and I can focus on my day job. And I'll keep you updated with any other future ventures. Uh, right now, conciliation on Friday, moving on to adjudication. and a pending defamation slander lawsuit against, and I'm pursuing that. I am pushing for a counter lawsuit against the statement, defamatory statement, which I have evidence against, and I'm going to use that, and that is my right, and I'm fully, I'm really going for that, like defamation slander all the way. And if you're watching, I just update. I want to make that clear with you that that is really, I don't think any other foreign national parent that's going through with what I'm going through has ever pushed back, and that's my objective clearly. So hopefully I can get a little sense of cooperation, and I think that would be a benefit not only for you but also for the children. Imperative, because it could be a major financial setback. So we'll just leave that at that. And so beyond that, um, everything's kosher, everything's good. Um, I'll keep myself I'll keep myself strong, and I need to develop some more physique. This year has been terrifying, and it really, when I compare and contrast from this time today to last year, I look like a mummy. I lost a lot of weight. I didn't look so good. Um, but I've been working very hard every single day ever since, and resilience is very important for my life. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'll just let you all go. You have a very good evening, and you mio miro yo, you mio mite. Uh, have a good night, and peace and love and all that stuff. And see you again, or you'll see me again. Bye bye.